What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Hello again. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. So, what's been going on? Just been working. So, what I'm going to do is I'm looking at the traffic because I was thinking about my store, right? So, we've done all this stuff. We tried to fix things, fix my mistakes. And I do think part of the decline was a little bit of listing bad items and then just I made too many changes too fast. But one thing I'm looking at is Um, today's the 13th. Let's do yesterday. So I'm looking at last year's traffic versus this year's traffic, September 1st through the 12th. So last year, we had 13,349,632 impressions. We sold 179 items. So basically 75,000 impressions for every item sold. Now let's see this year. Far fewer impressions, 2.9 million. Oops, hit the wrong button. So 35,000. So 40,000 less impressions to sell an item. So while we're not selling as many items as last year, obviously, we've sold about 100 items less September 1st through 12th than we did last year, but we're selling items with less impressions now versus last year, which means keep listing 20 a day, keep listing decent items and really good items. We're going to do a lot better. So let's look at it this way. So 35,000 impressions to sell one item, right? So if we had the 13 million impressions, that means we would have sold 5 times as many items as we sell per day right now. And over twice as many items as we did last year. So what I'm saying is we're getting better sell-through rate, a lot better sell-through rate. So that's good. Now, I'm not making tons of money yet because we're selling almost 7 per day on average. Actually, we can tell you the exact number. Oh, it is 7. So we're selling 7 per day on average. Okay. Last year, we sold almost 15 per day. So over twice as many. So if you just look at that, you're like, oh man, taking all those items out didn't really help. Kind of screwed us. But really, we're doing better because our click-through rate, our sell-through rate is going up. So that means if we keep doing what we're doing, things will be fine. Now, one other thing that was on my mind, and I totally forgot to mention this during my last video, and yes, I have been haven't made videos as much as I need to be, but we'll get to that in a minute. So when I was on vacation, we were at Disneyland. I don't like to go on rides. I'll go on the kiddie rides because uh, most of the rides go indoors. Well, first of all, I get motion sickness. I don't like that roller coasters and rides, and I don't like that stuff. So, anyways, but when it's really hot out, if you go on the kiddie rides, they're all air conditioned, and they usually part of it, just a little bit will be outside, and then you go inside, and it's all air conditioning, right? So it's a great way to spend 5, 6 minutes in the air conditioning, cool down, and sit down and take a break. Anyways, so I'm waiting for my wife to go on her ride, and I'm standing against this wall, and I notice that people pull up their strollers and they put them place, and then they go and they take their kids and they go on a ride. And then this girl kept coming and moving the strollers, putting them in a certain area a certain way. So I started talking to her. And I said, is this just your job? This is all you do is the strollers? She's like, yeah, for today. I work in this section of the park. So they give them, there's different themes in the park. She was in that section and she does different things. Sometimes she's operating a ride. Sometimes she's taking care of the strollers. Sometimes she's doing whatever. Her job that whole day for 8 hours was to make sure that the strollers were all in one spot out of the way. That's it. That's how fine-tuned Disney is. Imagine they pay someone all day just to move strollers and get them out of the way. And just a little, say it was a 20-foot section. That's all she does. But that's how precise that Disney is, right? That's how they want their stuff. They want everything to be perfect. Everyone has different uniforms depending on their jobs. You do garbage, you have a uniform. You do rides, you have a uniform. You're a character, obviously, you have a uniform. Your event staff, you have a uniform. You're a greeter, you have a uniform. Ticket person, you have a. So everything is very linear. This is what you do. It's very clear cut. And their training program is only 2 weeks, though, she was saying, for what she did, which I thought it would be longer, but I guess not. So I just thought, how can you make your eBay store like Disney, like that precise? And it's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is just you set up your stations, like my photo station. It's set up. I have everything I need. I have a couple of bins right here that I can put things on, like the ruler. I have a pair of scissors. My camera's there, a tape measure is there for longer items. That's it. That's all that station needs. It's not very many items. It's not much stuff. It's pretty clean, pretty clear cut. Then we have my listing station right here. I have my computer keyboard. I have my um, scale. Geez, what was going on in my head? My scale. I have my reader for my USD card that comes out of my camera, right? This table right here, obviously, it's for when stuff is done for my photos. Set it here. These are photos to be done. These are photos that are done, or vice versa, however you want to do it. Then I set them here. I list them. I fold them. I put them in a bag. I put them in the box down here, and they'll go on a shelf. Easy. Not much here. So you make your processes clean cut. My storage clean cut. My incoming items. It's very simple, right? The only thing I don't have that's great, and I was thinking about it today. I think I have an idea of how I'm going to do it. Prepping items. So, you need to go through the item, make sure is there any strings, spots, does it need to be liberal? You need to get the little vacuum and get all the extra fuzz off. I need a good spot for that. I was using right here. You can't really see. Well, you can kind of see there's a sheet right here. This was actually my background at one time. And so I was like, oh, I can just steam things right here. I can get the lint off, but there's not enough lighting. Even though this Costco light is right here, it doesn't really shine properly. So when you're standing in front of it, like it casts a shadow so you can't really see. So that's the one thing in my process is that I need to get figured out. And like I said, I think I have it figured out, but if you can run your store efficient like that, be as precise as Disney, I mean, there's no way you can't be successful. I don't think. So we've been trucking along. Some days we sell 10, some days 7, some days 4. But let me look at the sheet here. Last month, where's my spreadsheet? Okay. So last month, excuse me, we were selling 6.3 items per day. Now we're at 7. So we've gone up 0.7 items more per day, right? So 0.7 times 30 is what, 21? So that's an extra 21 items we'll sell. Now let's just say you made $10 profit, right? Per item. It's an extra 210 bucks a month. That's not a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot of money, but you do that a month over a month, right? And it'll probably grow a little faster, hopefully. I'm hoping that by doing 20 a day, we'll really start to see an increase in traffic and conversions. It's just, 23. So our traffic has gone up a little bit. It peaked on the 10th, was Sunday, which is a busy day. Now it's going back down just a little bit. By 291 on Sunday, 268 on Monday, 257 yesterday, right? So you can kind of look at your graph and you can see the ups and downs. Like last time, so last week on the 3rd, 243,000. On Monday, the 4th, 246,000. So that was kind of the peak, and then it went back down. Then it started to go back up. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was down a little bit, then Saturday, Sunday. So you're going to have those waves, which I'm sure all of you have experienced and know. So the important thing is when you make a big change, or you're trying to improve your store, is to make sure, like, if you're going to look at your numbers, make sure you really know what you're looking at, because it's easy to just go, okay, my traffic 3 million this year, 13.3 million last year. It's 10.3 million less impressions. What am I doing wrong? Right. Well, I know why my impressions are down. It's because we did all that ending those 3,000 items or whatever, 4,000 items. So I know that's why my store took a hit. But now I have things. I'm not going to make any more changes. I have everything set up right. I'm going to list 20 a day. I know where I can get those items. I can go to the thrift. I can get the really good items. I have all my processes down. And that's kind of what I've been screwing with this last couple of weeks since I got back from vacation, really. That's why I haven't been making videos very often, because I want to get everything figured out. I want to, have all my processes dialed in. My photos, I went from when I had it hanging, I went from about 2.5, 3 minutes a photo. Now I'm down to about a minute 15 to a minute 30. So I cut that in half. So I know that I can do, what is it? So I can do about 40 photos in an hour, right? So that's a little over a minute, because that's 3,600 seconds divided by 40. Yeah, it's a minute and a half per item. So I know I can comfortably do 40 an hour. That's huge. That's 2 days worth of uh, drafts that I need in 1 hour. I can list all that in an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I'm not extremely fast at listing, and it's kind of because we've had a lot of different items, but now we're gonna just stick to the same kind of items. So I think that'll speed up. So there's 2.5. We'll even say 3 hours. Let's just say 3 hours. Shipping and questions, another hour, maybe, probably more. This shipping, this getting your inventory is so freaking fast. Oh my gosh. So my goal is to start work at 8, be done around noon. And then I can have prep time in the afternoon for the whole week. Then that gives me time to go sourcing. One thing I thought about doing, because this isn't making me enough money, is like doing DoorDash or something. So I could do that for a couple hours just to relieve the pressure, relieve the stress, keep all the money in the business. That way, if a deal does come up, hey, you'll have the money to go buy it, right? So it's going to be different for everyone. That's just kind of how it is for me. Uh, I found some really, really decent items that I listed. I'm trying to find my scheduled, because they're in the scheduled, and I'll tell you what they are. One thing I found was a Polo Country Ralph Lauren men's button or pearl snap flannel. That was like $54. I've had some good coats, 30, 40, $50 range. I found a really nice Cabela's shirt, men's shirt. That was like $30. Um, sorry, I'm trying to look. I had, oh, the other thing I didn't mention, lots happened. So I did a garage sale last, let's see. So Friday I did it after shipping. So I opened up at like 3 o'clock, and I just opened up just to get set up, because I have, I don't know, 50 bins upstairs full of stuff. So you kind of have to sort it, get things laid out, figure out how you're going to do everything. So I'm like, well, while I'm doing that, I might as well have the garage sale open. So I made a few bucks. And then Saturday, so I'm selling all those shelves that I had, the plastic shelves, and well, I'm going to save, I think, 3 or 4 of the shelves. And I'm saving like, I don't know, I think 40 bins, 50 bins maybe, just because I don't want to sell them and then have to go buy more because the price is just skyrocketing. So Saturday morning, man, I mean, it was like the mall at Christmas time. I want 2 shelves. I want 20 bins. I want some lady bought 40 bins. Had people buying 2 and 3 shelves. And I sold probably 200 units of clothing, which didn't even look like it did because I have so much stuff up there. But um, yeah, so we made I think $1,400. Then I did it again on Sunday. Not a good garage sale day. I only made like $100. But I'm gonna do it again this Saturday. Hopefully, I can sell a lot of the clothing, and then that's gonna be my last one because it's gonna start getting cold around here where I live. Um, and garage sale season's kind of over. So the plan is to store that stuff and then do it again next summer when it's not so hot and just kind of see what happens. Because I don't want to just donate it all. And people say, oh, we'll take the tax write off. Well, you have to be careful with that. Depends on the type of business that you have. You should get tax advice on that because you can donate the items, but if you don't do itemized deduction and you have an S Corp, sorry, doesn't matter. You can donate thousands of dollars. So you got to know your taxes. You got to know your business structure. You got to know how things work um, so that you can get those write-offs. Because some people just think you have a business, you can write everything off and do whatever, but it all depends on the corporate structure. So yeah, those are the kind of things I've been working through, planning out. Now that everything down here is organized, I know my inventory, I know what I have, I know what I have to list. I do still have some mediocre stuff. I have some good stuff. I'm mixing it together every day. That's really going to help things turn around. I have more inventory coming. That's good stuff. And I'm just going to wait on that until I get through the stuff because I have bins over here. I have like 20 bins full of inventory. Once I get through all that, all the good stuff that's in there, then I'll move on to the stuff I just bought. And I think today I'm going to go to Goodwill, cruise around real quick, see what they have. Um, that's really the best way to do it. It's best. You don't want to overbuy, but I think it's best if you have some inventory, then you go to the thrift because it's not, you don't feel that urgency. You can just chill, relax, just target those good items and walk out with 5 to 10 items, maybe even 2 or 3. Like I've gone into the thrift and I've bought 2 or 3 items before because that's all that fits my metrics. So, anyways, oh, and I had a nice Columbia snowsuit, men's snowsuit I listed for $55. What else? Some new blouses for $25. So some better stuff is going in my store. Now, one thing that does get depressing is like now today I only have 2 items to ship. I haven't sold anything today. And it's noon o'clock, almost 1 o'clock. Just happens sometimes. I don't know why. Sometimes you get a late start and then all of a sudden you'll get 5, 6 sales in a row and it's a normal day. So it's important to mentally have that uh, strength to just not worry about eBay and let it perform. I just sorry. Because I used to be like, there's no way. Why is anyone going to buy this crap? And this can't keep up. I can't keep selling 12. Last year when I was doing good, I can't keep selling 15 to 20 items a day, but it just keeps going. Some days you sell 6, some days you sell 24. It's like a roller coaster. And I told you I hate roller coasters, but that's just how it goes. We listed some Ralph Lauren stuff. It's all scheduled. I'm scheduled for I think 2 weeks now. Area. Trying to look through. Here's the vintage Polo Country Ralph Lauren shirt, pearl snap, $55. It's got a long. It's gonna be in my store a while. Usually they take a while to sell. There's an Orvis shirt. It's a good brand. So just lots of different. Yeah, here's a snowsuit, $56. Some coats. It's getting coat season. Levi's women's trucker jacket. Some LL Bean stuff. There's a Cabela's coat for $60. So we got some good stuff that's going to hit the market here soon. Oh, look at that. Talking about sales, we just made a sale. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. It's I'll be happy when we start to see our traffic really increase because I think some of this good stuff, the bad stuff is still pulling down the good stuff. Even though I have it way marked down, it's still pulling it down. One thing I have to do is I have to say, okay, after X amount of days, I'm going to relist my or reduce the price, put it on sale, so much. Then at this day, so you had 30, 60, 90, 120, however you want to set it up. I need to get that in place so I can start doing those markdown sales, start to move this stuff so it's not sitting in my store as long, and bam, see you later. So there you go. That's all I know for now. Appreciate everyone stopping by. I'm going to try to do these more, like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Helps me out. I want to try to become monetized. So if you want to help me out, spread the word. I got a long road to go. I only have like 36 subs, but this is one of the things I enjoy doing this. Like I said from the beginning, it's kind of cool that even if no one else watches it, it's cool for me to look back on, document my journey, learn. Hopefully I can teach you guys something. I don't know, but I definitely think if you haven't tried out the flat lay, try it. Excuse me, try it out. Figure out how it works with you, for you. I will tell you, mine's a little bit inverted, right? It's got a little bit of angle. So for the back, because when you're doing flat lay, right? Let's just say it's on the ground. You're far enough away, your zoom, everything, you're good. As that table gets higher, like if I had some right here, I couldn't play. I'd have to have the camera way up here and I can't see the screen, right? So that's why you do the inverted. I still need to raise this up a little bit. I raised it up an inch and a half yesterday. That helps some. I want to raise it up even more. One thing I think I may do is on this back part, where is it? Back here and back here. There's 2x4s. Tie a rope and hang them on the floor joist. I need to get a little more of an angle so I can get this front up a little bit. But I don't want it to be too much of an angle because I don't want whatever's on there to slide off. So that's something else I'm going to play around with. But I'll do more videos, I promise. All right, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.